Okay, Dr. Sandhu, tell us something about your first visit to Nagaland and what you observed in there.
As far as Nagaland is concerned, I think the militant movement that is going in Nagaland since independence, somebody told me that this is the longest militant movement of the world in history. Not to speak of only Nagaland or only of India, it's the oldest militant movement world over. So I had curiosity to see those people because I was also in Sikh movement, and when in '84 Operation Blue Star, after that I was underground. I had to go underground and reorganize All India Sikh Student Federation. We had to escape to Calcutta, West Bengal, because West Bengal was government of CPM, and wherever these governments of Congress were in the states, there the Sikhs could not enter. They were harassed. And as far as the genocide of the Sikhs is concerned, that also happened in states governed by Congress party. So I went to Calcutta, and from Calcutta I had some inkling about the workings in Northeast, because those people, they usually visit Calcutta, and the militant people of Northeast. But actually, when Operation Blue Star happened, then the people who were taking militant trainings in Burma, in an area which is known as Kachin Independent Area. There they told me later that the people who instructed them or who trained them, they used to come from China because it's near China's border. And after Operation Blue Star, those people asked these people, one of them is Mr. Anup Chetia, he is General Secretary of United Liberation Front of Assam. He went to Punjab because those people who were training them, they send him that you go there and contact those people who fought such an excellent battle with the Indian army. So he came to Darbar Sahib, he went to the office of All India Sikh Student Federation, then he went to Chowk Mehta, headquarters of Damdum Sahib, and he wanted to get some information. And he could not get proper information as I was not there. I could not meet him. And nobody of All India Sikh Student Federation met him who was intelligent enough, like Harminder Sandhu, to talk to those people. So he went back with a militant whose name is Durga Singh. He was deputy commandant of Khalistan Liberation Force at that time. So he went there, but he could not reach Kachin Independent Area because the terrain is very difficult to cross. You have to walk on foot so for so many miles. So he came back, and then after that, they were always curious to meet we people, and we were also curious to meet those people. So it was in 1988 that I went to Northeast. In '88, I could not meet Naga people. At that time, they were in the foreign countries, and they were underground. They were in the forests. And as far as Assam was concerned, there, the government was being run by All Assam Students Union leadership who had fought with the Indian government in '79. They had been uh, they had signed an accord with the Indian government, and so they were in power, and their militant arm was United Liberation Front of Assam. So when in '88 I went there, my colleague Mr. Sarabjit Singh, one Sarabjit Singh was there with me, one Sitendra Singh Pola was with me, and all of us we went to Golaghat in Assam.
sorry to cut you like this. What was your intention to visit Nagaland? Was it to understand something from that movement, or it was just try to take you to get out of the way of Indian Army?
No, it was partly my hideout also, because it was very difficult for the Punjab government to go there and arrest me. And partly it was my intention to see the militant movements uh, being run in Northeast, all of them. And Nagaland movement was the oldest one and very effective one. So through United Liberation Front of Assam people, I wanted to meet those people in Nagaland. But because there was government of AGP in Assam, so I could easily track United Liberation Front of Assam leadership. And I went to Golaghat, and Golaghat I met an very effective man of United Liberation Front of Assam. He was also part of the government at that time.
Okay, Dr. Sandhu, what was you already told us your intentions about going to Nagaland or seeing their movement. I would like to ask you something. Who advised you to go to that specific area? Was it someone from the federation, or it was solely your volunteer?
No, it was from Federation leadership. One of our leaders, Sarjeet Singh Bhatt, he had his uh, he had his hideout in Assam, in Guwahati. He came to Calcutta, and I was also in Calcutta at our hideout. He told me that he had got some links with the Alpha leadership, but he was not meeting them because he was not properly trained or properly responsible leader of All India Sikh Student Federation. So he told me that I should accompany him up to Assam. So it's the first time he took me, Sarjeet Singh Bhatt, he took me to Assam, and then we went to Golaghat and we met then Anup Chetia, who was General Secretary and very intelligent leader of United Liberation Front of Assam. So when Anup Chetia met me, then he told me that we should meet there uh, near one, their hideout was in Dinjan area. Dinjan area is very far off, like near Tinsukia in Assam. Anup Chetia took us to Dinjan near Tinsukia, and there we had an accord signed. On the one side was All India Sikh Student Federation leadership, and on the other side was United Liberation Front of Assam leadership. From our side, the signatories were Sarjeet Singh Bhatt and Satyendra Singh Pola. And from their side, it was Anup Chetia and Paresh Barua, who is now their commander-in-chief of United Liberation from Assam, and he is also on the ground. So after signing that accord, then we remained in touch with one another. And Anup Chetia told us that they were being trained by the Naga militant army, which is working underground. So he will make us to meet the Naga National Army people also. Then we came back to Calcutta, and from Calcutta we came back to Punjab because we were having so much responsibility of running All India Sikh Student Federation cadres and the leadership. And the youth of Punjab, especially the Sikhs, were very energetic at that time and were seeking to get revenge from the Indian government for the genocide that took place after Indira Gandhi's assassination, and then also of the Operation Blue Star, the damage done to the Akal Takht and uh, the atrocities being done to the Sikhs. So I had to settle between Punjab and then West Bengal, Calcutta, and then from Calcutta I used to go to Northeast. So it became like daily routine or daily pattern that we had to go to Northeast and then we came to Bengal, Calcutta, and then came back to Delhi, and from Delhi we came to Punjab. Meeting with such groups, organizations like Alpha and other Naga movement organizations, and considering the Sikh Student Federation, with whom you were associated with, what differences does you observe in first
to Nagaland? What was the difference between the
No,
structures
no,
of
I am not going to Nagaland yet. I am with Assam only and with United Liberation Front of Assam. What I found in those cadres and in those leadership, it was that they were very, though they were not so brave as the Sikhs were, or All India Sikh Student Federation people were, but they were very intelligent. Whereas compared to them, the All India Sikh Student Federation cadres were not so intelligent, not so well educated. Those people over some they had got knowledge of the movements going all over world, military movement, independence movements. Whereas the Sikhs at that time they were not so much aware about the situation going on in the whole world or in the northeast even they didn't know what is happening in northeast. So it was the first endeavor or first effort that we went to northeast and then as far as Nagaland is concerned I was aspiring to meet those people but they were not available at that time and they were underground. So I had to be satisfied with United Liberation Front of Assam and I met their chairman also Rajvinder, Arvind Rajkova, and the other people like Pradeep Gogoi and so many other people. So it was about 94 or 95 that the Indian government broke ice with the Naga militant leadership in Paris, I think. They had a meeting in Paris when P.V. Narasimha Rao was Prime Minister. He wanted to have negotiations with them. So they had their first meeting in Paris, and then though two, three more meetings in the Geneva or in Switzerland like that, and then they reached an understanding that we should go in for ceasefire from Nagaland side and from Indian side also. So he agreed, P.V. Narasimha Rao. Then they signed ceasefire accord. And ceasefire accord after signing that, then the people or the leadership of Nagaland, then they came to India. Their main leadership, Isaac Su, he was the chairman, and T.H. Muiwa, he was their general secretary at that time. Even now, T.H. Muiwa is general secretary, he is the leader. Isaac Su has died, and the other people. So they are having ceasefire since 94 or 95, and that ceasefire is going on. I have been to their camps and the ceasefire, it was a condition in the ceasefire that the people of Nagaland, militant people, they will remain as militant as they were at that time. They will have their camps, they will have weapons with them, they will not surrender their weapons. They are, I have been to their camp also in near Kohima and I have seen their camp also. They are having regular training of the military and they are well settled there, and they are getting the taxes from the people of Nagaland in the name of Naga People's Government. So actually, their Indian government rate does not work in Nagaland. It is National Socialist Council of Nagaland which is running the Nagaland affairs. Since then, it is in their ceasefire. So after that, they had so many round of talks in Delhi and then in Nagaland also, but they have not reached anywhere. And in 2014 or 2015, they had got a formative agreement. Formative agreement, I have read its content. That formative agreement is like our Anandpur Sahib resolution, written by Sardar Kapoor Singh. And in that formative agreement, it is signed that Nagaland, the Indian government will have shared sovereignty with Naga people. So the sovereignty of the Indian government is not fully in Nagaland; it is shared by Naga people also. So these things are there like Anandpur Sahib resolution. So if we go deep into the formative agreement, it is just like Anandpur Sahib resolution of the Sikhs.
How do you see similarities between Sikh Student Federation and the Naga? Before that, I would like to ask you, could you give a brief introduction or give a note about your visit to Naga camps or Naga, or what you observed there?
It was in 1996 that I went to Guwahati. There was some human rights meeting, and there the leadership of the whole Northeast was present there in the human rights meeting. And I was also one of the participants from Punjab and from the Sikh community. And I had a chance to meet some people from Nagaland. And I remember one of the man's name. It is like I forget it is very strange name. He met me there, and I told him that as Naga people are having ceasefire with the Indian government, could it be possible if I come to Nagaland to see those people who have signed a ceasefire agreement? I will tell you the name of the person. He lives in Dimapur. He told me that just he will help me in finding those people out, and he will arrange a meeting for me. Then from Guwahati, I went to Dimapur. There was one more companion with me, but he came back because I had to wait there for about 1 week. He came back and I remained alone there. And Long Khamer, his name is Long Khamer. In Long Khamer's house, he made me to meet some colonel of the Naga People's Army, underground army. He was Colonel Pungthing. His name was Colonel Pungthing. And when I met Colonel Pongthing in Longkamir's house, he told me that their commander in chief is very busy. He doesn't stop at one station, so he will try to track him down, and then made my meeting possible with him. So after that, I had to wait for 2 days more in a hotel where they had arranged for my room, etc. After 2 days, that Colonel Pongthing he again came to my room in Dimapur, and he accompanied me to the commander in chief's. Their commander in chief, Mr. V.S. Etham was his name. He was staying there down from Kohima to some place. I don't know his name of the place. And we were going in a gypsy, Colonel Pongthing and myself, and it was very pleasant sight to see and very pleasant travel. And wherever we met some Naga National Army's soldiers, they saluted our gypsy. And I asked him that who these people are. He told me that they are the soldiers of their army, and they are independent here. They can salute us. They can collect taxes, and we are using them as our force. I was very surprised to see that these people are working as independent as possible. Because in Punjab we could not move on like that, and there were very much repression in Punjab, but they were behaving like independent people at that time.
Uh, you talk, you tell us that when you visited Northeast region in 1985, I guess, you talk about Operation Blue Star and the assassination of Mrs. Indira Gandhi, how that deeply affected the Sikh community and especially Sikh youths in Punjab particularly. What were the conditions now, like in 1996 when you visit the Naga land and you meet the leaders who took initiative to sign a ceasefire with Indian government? What was the situation back then in Punjab, the Sikh movement?
At that time, it was not a mass movement of the Sikhs. It was started by just Sanjay Singh Pandawal and Damdami Tuksar. And after Operation Blue Star, it took the form of semi-mass movement, not whole mass movement, because the Akali government came in power in 1985 after Operation Blue Star and the assassination of Indira Gandhi. They tried to subdue the movement of the Sanjay Singh Pandawale and General Shaheed Bhai Amrik Singh, and they succeeded up to some extent also, but they could not succeed fully. So after the Akali government was sacked, then again that aspiration of the independence or against the Indian government, that again woke up, and the people, we were also part of that awakening. So the students in large numbers came in All India Sikh Student Federation. There were so many other militant movements like Khalistan Commando Force, Khalistan Liberation Force, Khalistan Vindawale Force, and some people like Avatar Singh Brahma, Kuldeep Singh Mitchell, and some other people, Love Singh, he was also rescued, and then Manuchal, he was a great militant, come politician, Sikh leader. So they emerged like mushroom. They mushroomed, and the whole of Punjab was taken to ransom. Like that, there was no police, there was no government authority, and it was uh, like uh, like independent country of the Sikhs at that time, like I saw in Nagaland. Somehow it was like that. But the difference was that our people or our leaders, they were not well educated and they were not well disciplined. Whereas I saw in Northeast that those people were very disciplined, militant people. Sometimes I used to meet their leaders in Northeast, and then if he was having some talks with his junior, then his junior would stand up, salute the leader, and leave both of us alone. Whereas here in Punjab or in Sikhs, it was like that. He would not move. He would like to participate in the talks of the leaders. And this was the very very bad thing as far as the militant movements are concerned, because discipline is required. Without discipline, you cannot succeed. And I think this is the main reason why the Sikh leaders, Sikh militant leaders, got killed, and there was no discipline, and everyone who would get some weapons from Pakistan, and he would be a autocratic leader. So here I see some design of the research and analysis wing of India having contacts with the inter-services intelligence of Pakistan. They were in collision. They had got some, I would say that they had got some agreement signed that they will work together. So from that angle, Pakistan intelligence and Indian intelligence, they were together, and they worked to uh, finish the Sikh movement in Punjab. Whereas as far as their movement was concerned, it was sustained. Northeast movement of the militant was sustained because they had got training from China, and China, China trained them very meticulously. That is why their movement is sustained till now. And our movement could not sustain because the Pakistan people did not train our people properly, and they were in collision with the Indian intelligence agency. That is why I think that is why we feel. Maybe I may be wrong also. What I feel is from my experience that we were betrayed like this.
You talk about how inferior the Sikh community or Sikh intelligence was as compared to the Nagaland or Naga movement. How do you see the militarized power, the weapon system, and all the things? Like you earlier said, the Sikhs were far more brave community than others. How would you, what do you think about the comparison of Sikh militant power and compared to the Naga?
Militant power is very strong in case they are trained properly. But they were not trained properly. They went to Pakistan, and Pakistan did not want to see our people succeed in the movement, in the independence movement. They didn't want us to succeed because they thought that their border with the Indian state is better than with the Sikh state. If the Sikhs get more independence, if they get a state, then naturally their border will be with the Sikhs, and they know that the Sikhs have been ruling whole of Pakistan, whole of Punjab, and they will aspire to come to Lahore and come to Nankana Sahib. So they didn't want that Sikhs should succeed. I think so. Maybe they are helping now, even ourselves. Some militant are living there and they are having their sanctuary there. Pakistan is also giving them shelters and all this, but that is their strategy. They don't go. They don't go after some limit. They have set a limit to help the Sikh people. They go beyond that limit.
When we talk about Nagaland people, and specifically if we talk about Indian agencies or Indian mentality, India has been very successful with controlling the Sikh militants in Punjab by the 1996, I guess. Whereas, as you said, the Nagaland people, they had a very long struggle and longest struggle with India. What do you think? How they were able to achieve so much? Like there were certain political uh, aspires or political acts by Indian government, like making another organization in opposition to the Naga movement, or like try to devalue them, or
that is what they do, with every movement. And in Sikh case also the same thing happened. They started some dummy organizations, and they had got their uh, some news also going to the press in the fake name of some organization, militant organization, and they could not succeed so much in Northeast, because Northeast people, first of all, they are most of them are Christians, and then they are trained by the Chinese people. Two factors are very strong in their favor. That the Christian lobby also works for them throughout the world, and then China gives them training. That is why they are sustaining. These two factors are very important. And as far as Assam is concerned, they are not Christian, but they are upper caste Hindus, and they have got help of the Naga people as well as of the Meghalaya and these Tripura people. They are Christians, and they Alpha people, they first went to Bhutan, and they had got their camps in Bhutan. Then they went to Bangladesh. As far as when the Bangladesh was governed by anti-Mujib regime, then they had got their camps in Bangladesh. And when pro-Mujib regime came to power in Bangladesh, then those camps were destroyed, and those people were handed over to Indian government. So those leaders of the United Liberation Front of Assam, they had to remain in jails, and now they are living somehow in their daily life like ordinary people, ordinary Assamese. But they had got their aspirations in the same manner, and they are under Paresh Barua. They are being trained, and they are waiting for the proper time to strike. Like you mentioned in your book, and I quote, so the sooner the Indian government declares them officially sovereign, you're talking about Nagaland people, the better, because virtually they are free. Yes, as I told you, that they are collecting the taxes, they are having all the powers with them. No official, even I have come to know that even the military officers who are deputed in Nagaland, they have to go some part of their salary to the militant movement as tax. Other, when the government contractors, they have to give some portion to the militant movement, and the other all civilian officers, they have got to give them certain portion of their salaries to the militant movement. So this is how they are working there. So naturally they are virtually free. Now it is only the time when the Indian government gives them freedom, and then give them sovereignty. How longer they can keep such people slaves in such manner as they are living? They cannot. So, just the last question for today.
talking about Nagaland, we have talked about how they emerged and how well they have struggled so far, and how they have achieved a lot of things compared to the Sikh or any other movement in India. Considering the current situation of Sikh movements and Sikhism, now Sikhs are being aware of their rights and they are also trying to revive the struggle which was fight long ago. How do you think Sikh movement or specifically Sikh community can achieve something like the Naga movement, considering the events of nowadays? What are your
As I have
suggestions?
told you, that our people are not disciplined, they are responsible, not responsible, though we are very brave. But everyone has his own way now. There, you see, there are so many movements going on about Bargadi movement and about the prisoners, and then there are Kisan movement is also there. There are so many movements, but they are directionless. And I see that in Northeast, they never work directionless. They first establish their direction, that this is the direction where I to go, and this is our goal. So they set their goal, and they go they then they struggle for achievement of that goal. And here in Sikhism, the Sikh people, I see that their common goal is not clear to the people. Uh, I see nothing bad in calling Khalistan their goal, but they are not united in achievement of Khalistan also. Some people will say that we want homeland, and some people will say that we want only the state power. And so some people say that we want the prisoners to out, which they have been kept in illegal custody. Then there is also sacrilege and movement also. The main thing is that we are, as far as I see, that we work directionlessly without any goal. We set our goal, and then we have some direction, and then we are united, and we have some common leader with us, like Akal Takht Jathdar. There should be some direction from Jathdar Akal Takht, but he is again being controlled by some individuals who have got no interest in the Sikh Sikh struggle or Sikh independence or Sikh autonomy. What I see that I have been through all the Sikh movement, and about 8, 9, or 10 years I was underground, and then I was tortured, and I had to pass through all these situations. And now I feel that some well-directed movement should start, and they should work intelligently. The Sikhs should work intelligently only, then they can achieve their goal.
Thank you so much.